guys, welcome to a brand new video on my channel, Megz Moviez. If you are new to this channel, this is basically where I talk to you guys about my passion for movies. This goes from collections, hauls, reviews, and to today's video, so let's get into it. Yes, you're getting 2 videos today, hopefully, if this goes up in enough time before I go to work. And that is because it is now Friday again, which means it's time for my next episode of Megz Moviez Weekly Watches. So if you are new to this channel and you haven't seen this series before, I'm basically now going to give you guys everything I watched throughout the week. However, if you'd like to see what I'm watching every day, some days I might miss the chance to watch a movie, depends on what I'm doing. But if you want to keep track of what I'm watching throughout the week, go and follow me on Letterboxd. That's where I've got all my movie watches, I've got lists, rankings, all the things I'm working on, you will see on that page. So if you want to go and follow that, I will leave my username down below so you can go and follow there. But this week, compared to last week, I haven't watched as many. I have watched at least 1 film every day, apart from yesterday where I watched 2. But to be honest, it's mainly been more streaming films than it has been physical. So, yeah. So we'll get into it. So the last movie I watched, if you're wondering why I'm looking at it, it's because I've got my Letterboxd here so I can let you guys know what order I've got them in. So the last film I ended on was Planet of the Apes, the remake. So after that, starting off my week, I watched Cars 3 because, as you guys are aware, or if you are subscribed to the channel, you know, I was working on my Pixar ranking and also my Pixar sequels ranking, starting with the sequels one, of course. And Cars 3 was one of the last 3 Pixar sequels I had to watch. And honestly, this is my favourite Cars film, to be honest. Like, out of all the films, I enjoyed this one the most. Like I've said before in the past, the Cars franchise is not my favourite. I don't really return to these often. I mean, this is the first time I've even returned to the Cars films in 2 years, 3 years, something like that. I have not really returned to these much. But out of all of them, this is the one I return to the most. Because it is enjoyable. It's a little bit different, and especially compared to number 2, this is so much better. And if you want to see my Pixar sequels ranking, I will put it at the end of this video for you guys to check. No, I won't. I'll put it in the link in the description down below. And you can go check it out there. So, yeah. So that was my first movie watch of the week. Then the next one I watched was the following day. And that was The Incredibles 2. I enjoy this film. This is a fun sequel. And I would love another Incredible film just to see what they do next. And so they changed things up, which was really nice. They made it so that Helen was the sort of like main hero this time. I will say my only gripe with this film is that the villain isn't all that great. Like, they're good, but they're not as good as Syndrome. So that's my only issue with this film. Aside from that, I think this is a fun little film, and it's nice to see what happened literally after the first film. So yeah, enjoyable film. I do enjoy the Incredibles films, and I enjoyed the game actually as well. Okay, and then to finish off the Pixar watches, because I am so far behind, I need to watch the first movies and original movies still to get my Pixar ranking done. But every time I try and watch the first Toy Story, I watch it in bed and I fall asleep. So I need to watch it during the day at some point. But carrying on, Toy Story 4. This was my last Pixar watch. And honestly, it's a good film to end on. I will say I'm still kind of on the side of it was an unnecessary sequel. But also it is growing on me because, like I said in my ranking, we finish up Woody's story. So the third one we finished Andy's. But this one I feel like we finished Woody's. I know we're getting a Toy Story 5. I really hope they don't ruin it because the trilogy was perfect as it was. 4 is a good sequel. It's not a terrible one. But like I said, it is growing on me slowly. However, I think Toy Story 5 might be a bit much. Not gonna lie. I love you, Toy Story. I love you, Pixar. But 5 might be too much of a push. Then the next one was my first 2024 movie watch of the week, and that is Mother of the Bride. Me and my mum had a movie night, and we watched the trailer for this, and we thought this looked kind of funny, kind of good. So that's why I put that on. I have done a review for that on my channel. So if you want to see my full thoughts on that, then go and check out that video. Then the next one was a subscriber mail review. So I've done a video for that one as well. So if you want to go and see that, go check that one out. And that is for Spawn. This was sent to me by the lovely Jamie. And say it was a first time watch. Some of these are first time watches this week, actually. In fact, all of these that I'm now going to talk about are all first time watches. So yeah, so Jamie sent me this because of he's seen my review of The Crow. So yeah, and I will say John Leguizamo, his character in this, there's one scene I cannot get out of my head and it just keeps getting on repeat. It's both weird, funny and creepy. That's all I'm going to say. Then the next one I've literally just posted my review for, and that is Ricky Sternicki. Yes, I'm trying to catch up on my 2024 movie watches because I'm so far behind. I want to make sure you guys get a good ranking at the end of the year. But yet again, this was another movie night with my mum. We were like, what do we watch? And we figured, why not watch this? Because we both like John Cena and we both like Zac Efron. So thought, why not? Pretty decent comedy film. But if you want to see my full thoughts, go and check out the video for that. And then my last two watches were for my original versus remake yesterday. And that is the original Footloose. Footloose, Footloose. That song is stuck in my head. I can't sing, I'm so sorry. Yeah, so I watched the original Footloose yesterday and I really enjoyed it. I had a good time with it. It's not my favourite dance flick because there are some other ones that I prefer a bit more. But for a first time watch, it was good. It was enjoyable. Soundtrack was fun. But I'm going not to say too much on that because I gave you my full thoughts on that one in the original versus remake video. To which we then end it off with Footloose, the remake. This is a good remake, but it could have been better for certain reasons. I'm not going to explain why because you'll have to watch my original versus remake to go check that out. But yeah, so that is literally all the movies I watched this week. This is going to be a short video. I do apologise. It has been a very busy week for me. I've not really had much time to get any films watched. I mean, I've got one film watched each day, so that's not too bad. But, I mean, compared to last week, there was no cinema trips this week because, say, like I said, I was working most of it. And there were certain days where I was planning to go, but then I couldn't get a chance to, so I'm hoping next week I get to go to the cinema because I really want to see The Bike Riders. I really want to see A Quiet Place Day 1. And I want to see, there's another one, Kind of Kindness, I think it's called. That looked quite good. So they're the three that I'm going to try and see in the cinema this week. My only issue is that my days off, I've already got a lot of stuff planned on them. So it might be a case of when I've done an early shift, go to cinema afterwards, depending on how I feel. But yeah, so hopefully next week will be more movie watches, but we shall see. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then do give it a thumbs up. And if you are new to the channel, then go ahead, hit that subscribe button and also notification bell down below to be notified when I post. And also leave me your comments and thoughts on the films I've watched this week. Is there any that you've watched that you would recommend me? Let me know in the comments down below. See you guys next time.